Hello everybody. Today's video is a viewer requested topic of waking up and spiritual entrepreneurism, which in total means that we are waking up to who we know ourselves to be, and we are living as our natural selves as creators, which in the sense could be termed as spiritual entrepreneurism. And I'll get to that, but first let me preface by saying that this is not a linear guide. I'm actually working on a comprehensive step-by-step manual to take us from recognizing what it is that we wish to have, what our goals are, and taking that visualization all the way to the act fulfilled, where we can actually accomplish our definite chief aims. And that's coming, and it's something to look forward to. Alright, so here we are in the Arc browser, and first I want to make this point that waking up and spiritual entrepreneurism are one and the same. The whole goal is align our internal state of affairs so that we can use this internal energy outwardly and thus earn financial rewards. We have to recognize that we are in for a journey throughout life, throughout entrepreneurship, throughout building a business, throughout waking up to who we are and who we know ourselves to be. Everything boils back down to our mindsets. Our mindset is that which we suggest to be true about ourselves and about this external reality. And we have to make it very clear and distinct that we opt to align with internal and external stimulus that is harmonious and in contribution towards the state desired, and anything else is a distraction that must be cut out ASAP. So the goal here is not to be needlessly spinning our wheels and working tirelessly, thinking that the direct input that we're doing in terms of our work is going to result in the output of that which we are rewarded by. That is not how this world works, but we'll get into that. Alright, so here, let us not forget that our natural mode of existing is to experience and to create. Ideally, we are working with others to align with a central vision that either we or others are collectively coming up with, and we are devoting our skill and our expertise towards the creation of goods and services that facilitate the success of others, and ideally ourselves. But with this, we must find our role. Some people are analytic, some people are creative, some people find that line between both. We are a puzzle piece along with others. Nothing needs to be done solely alone. We are here to work with others, to grow together as one. And this is done by first recognizing and living from the idea that creation is our natural way of living. Alright, so moving on, we have a quick breather, letting ChatGPT share some insight into what actually is spiritual entrepreneurship. And with this, it says it's the integration of spiritual principles with the practices of a business model, with the aim of creating a business that is not just a financially successful one, but it also has a positive impact on the world and serves a higher purpose, ideally for ourselves and others. So, if your business is going to serve a purpose, recognize what is your purpose? Who are you, and what are you doing on this earth? What is your absolute reason for waking up every day excited to learn, to grow, and to contribute towards something that is seen as desirable and sought after by yourselves and whoever else you're working with? And what better way of recognizing what our purpose is in life than by going within? No external person, place, environment, or circumstance is really going to let you know what your purpose is. It may affirm through symbolism, through coincidences, and through whatever else, but ultimately it is found within. So fear and gratification both serve unique roles in our lives. Fear helps us recognize that which we are scared to do. We can always reflect on the quote saying that the cave we fear to enter holds the treasure we seek. And we can recognize that perhaps we really respect that enough to want to commit ourselves to a path that we may initially be scared of. And then gratification, of course, we want to be gratified by the work we are doing. And gratification often comes from attaining that higher purpose, that you're actually providing a selfless value to others. And again, we can always go back in and regularly recalibrate ourselves with the trajectory forward, recognizing that perhaps we are steering more towards gratification and steering away from fear, when in reality we should find a balance between the two. As we commit ourselves more so each day towards the journey of realizing the wish fulfilled and living from the state desired until we align that which we want with that which we experience in our 3D reality, we can continue to find comfort in the uncomfortable because we recognize the uncomfortable is aiding us in this journey. Everything is aiding us in this journey. Everything can be interpreted as feedback data that is further aligning us with the path that we should be on. Alright, and here we write, reflect often and detach regularly. And this is key to avoid your ego steering you in a direction that is more selfish, perhaps more greedy, perhaps anything that is not actually in harmony with your higher self, with the vision of the wish fulfilled, of whatever it is that you know is truly right for you. And the only way to know what is truly right for you is to reflect often and detach yourself from that role that you're filling, the shoes that you're walking in each day. And the best way to do this, in my opinion, is to simply go out into nature. Avoid technology, avoid everything that you do on a normal day-to-day basis, and surround yourself with the beauty of Mother Nature. And here I can write, recognize that there's always more. As this image shows, perhaps we are in this journey for more than we are currently working towards, but that's okay. Every battle is going to build up to a bigger version, and we must recognize and appreciate who we are in this moment without being overwhelmed by what's to come or who we wish to be moving forward. We can always reflect on who we once were, where we once were, and how far we've come. And this teeter-tattle between recognizing the future, reflecting on the past, but ultimately living in the present is what will guide us towards the most harmonious way of living. And by having this regular routine in which we are working effortlessly through these deep work flow states throughout the week, and perhaps on the weekend we are going out into nature, detaching ourselves, reflecting, what have you, then we can remain true to who we are and live from the state fulfilled through this conscious reflection, but we can also find bliss in the subtleties of life. We can appreciate the finest of details. Whatever it is for you, this is something that is key to maintaining this longevity to your work and to your efforts. And by doing so, you can recognize the importance of this mindset, and you can aid in others' appreciation of the subtleties in their own lives. And in doing so, we will then begin to apply these spiritually entrepreneurship, different principles, ideals, values, characteristics, modes of living across all domains of our life. And this is where we attain our true power as individuals, as entrepreneurs, as spiritual beings of whatever. We are living from this life-encompassing ideal of who we know ourselves to be as our higher versions of our own self. We can visualize the most incredible, definite chief aim that we can possibly imagine, and then we can simply be faithful to our ability to continue the journey, living from the state fulfilled, and be able to sit back and allow this three-dimensional world to unfold before our very eyes in ways that are harmonious towards the state desired. And lastly, we can conclude by saying that balance is the ultimate goal. We can attain any goal, we can have all the riches in the world, we can achieve any feeling, and at the end of the day, it really just matters on who it is that we are experiencing this with. Who are we learning from? Who are we growing with? What experiences do we truly want to have for ourselves and for others? What value do we wish to provide to others, because we recognize and we appreciate that the value we give to others is given to us back in a magnitude that is meaningful. And we can conclude by saying that balance is always the key, and whether we recognize that in the start, we're bound to understand that and appreciate it and respect it at one point in the journey or another. So take this and find benefit in whatever way is meaningful for you